Well, Andrea, as far as Ankara is concerned, this investigation is supposed to complement what Turkish officials are calling a very comprehensive investigation that they themselves have carried out. Now, as far as the mandate is concerned, it's quite interesting because the person who's heading this delegation, Agnes Kalamat, she says that she's going to be looking at the role individuals and states have played in this killing. But at the same time, she's saying that she has taken this as her own initiative, as her mandate under the as a UN Special Rapporteur on extrajudicial killings and so forth. And she says that she felt that to date there was no sign that the United Nations or the international community was going to seek a criminal investigation at the international level. So first of all, she's saying that she has taken this initiative herself. Now, the Turkish side is saying that she's going to be talking to the Istanbul prosecutor, who's going to be sharing a number of things. Number one, the Turkish prosecutors are going to show her how they feel this investigation has been hampered from the very start. For example, how attempts were made to clean up the crime scene and how there was lack of cooperation from the Saudi authorities initially in terms of granting access to the Saudi consulate, and then later on when the Saudi prosecutor got involved, some of the promises that were made that were not kept. And also Turkey had been seeking access to some of the suspects that was also not granted. So the Turkish prosecutor is going to be putting all these matters before her. She's also going to be meeting the Turkish law minister, who's going to be discussing the legalities, and then the Turkish foreign minister, who's going to brief her and her team on the diplomatic initiatives that have been taken in this regard. Now, what the Turkish side, we are told, is going to be telling her is that Ankara believes that the killing, the order, the authorization for the killing came from the very top, and that is precisely what needs to be investigated. Now, what the role of the findings is going to be, whether they're going to be binding or not, I've talked to a number of officials. They're saying that at this point in time, they're expecting it to be largely symbolic, but it is sort of going to keep this matter in the limelight, and it's going to encourage the efforts that Turkey has already taken in trying to bring to the spotlight some of those people who Ankara is saying are believed to be involved, including some of those at the very highest levels.
But meanwhile, Hassan, Saudi is insisting that it's doing the job and it will punish those responsible. What are the risks in that, given Saudi cooperation will be needed in this international investigation? And if they, for example, carry out the death penalty against the suspects they have, vital witnesses could be lost.
That's right, Andrea. First of all, the Turkish officials are very clear on this. They're saying that an investigation like this requires coordination between both countries, Turkey and Saudi Arabia. They're saying that while Turkey has been sharing all the findings with the Saudis have not been reciprocating. They're saying that the Saudis have said that they're seeking death sentence for some of the suspects, but the Turks are saying that that's not something they're looking at. They, first of all, want to get to the bottom of this matter to make sure that those who are in fact guilty are punished and that no one is used merely as a scapegoat. So this is one of the things the Turkish side is saying. And also we've heard from the Turkish Foreign Ministry spokesperson saying that it's very clear that the Saudis are not sharing the information that Turkey has sought from them. So that coordination element is certainly missing. And also, Ankara is not sure at this point in time as to precisely where Saudi Arabia stands, because some of our sources are telling us that the Saudi Consul General at the time, Mohammed Al-Utaibi, who's one of the persons of interest for Turkey as far as this investigation goes, some sources say that he is actually roaming around freely and some other people are being scapegoated.